My choice, and it's an obvious, but I think it's a great one, Stanley Kubrick's Dr. Strangelove, or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb. One of my favorite scenes, as Russia is under threat of nuclear attack from the United States, occurs in the Pentagon War Room as a fight breaks out between the Russian ambassador Sadetsky, played by Peter Bull, and the gung-ho American general Buck Purgison, played by George C. Scott. That's one of the greatest lines of dialogue in any film. Now, of course, President Clinton has seen this film. But I'm sure that if he were to see it again in the White House with the Joint Chiefs of Staff sitting around him, I'm sure it would take on a real immediacy, because among the many, many comic points this film makes is that technology has a way of dominating its creators. Build it, and they will come to use it. I also hope that the White House staff invests in a Laserdisc machine, so if they don't see this film on 35 millimeter, I hope that the president and his guests can see Strangelove in the great new disc that Stanley Kubrick himself has supervised. This film has never looked better than at home. And Roger, I will buy the White House a Laserdisc machine if it is not in the American budget.
I think that's very generous of you, Gene.
But it's a great disc that Kubrick did.
I would pay half of it, but I can see it's something you want to do for yourself, so I won't get
involved. We'll go 50-50.
Yes. The scene I thought you were going to show is the one where the president has to get on the phone to the head of the Russian government and say, we made a little mistake. There are some missiles coming your way. Okay.
Time for our regular weekly video segment, and this week we're going to take another look at two great war movies by Stanley Kubrick, whose Full Metal Jacket we reviewed earlier in the program. And my choice is Dr. Strangelove, the 1963 film that remains one of the benchmarks of modern movie history, a film so outrageous in its portrayal of nuclear war that even today it's quoted and referred to as an example of a whole mindset. Here's Sterling Hayden as the paranoid General Jack D. Ripper.